Linking data. As you noticed from some of the other tutorials, you can link Excel to a database or a data-backed website. Yet you can also link other Excel worksheets and workbooks together, as well as other types of files to Excel. Here, let's narrow our focus down to linking worksheets and workbooks together, and then tackle the actual linking and embedding of all files before we close out the chapter. Understand, too, that a link can be very simple, such as a link to a single cell on a different worksheet. But one of the best benefits of linking data that is needed in more than one worksheet or workbook is that if the information contained in that linked cell or reference gets updated or changed in one place, this change will be reflected across all the other worksheets or workbooks that reference is linked to. This allows you to synchronize data across multiple worksheets or workbooks without having to open each and make the change manually. Here's an example that you might find in a workplace. Let's say that you have 3 different workbooks that each require the same bit of data, such as your company's current operating fund balance. Likely, that balance may change at least every business day. Now, you could just keep each workbook separately and unlinked, and then open each workbook every single day to update the account balance so each workbook reflects the same number. But if you link these workbooks instead, you can save yourself time, hassle, and the increased risk of error from using outdated information. For our example here, we're going to create a direct link between 2 worksheets in the same workbook. Here, I want to take a number from the first worksheet in a sales workbook and link it to my page 3 where I'm starting a sales outlook for that particular year, because I want to make certain that the figure from the first sheet is going to be reflected properly throughout any other sheets if the change gets made. For example, right now we've got a projected sales for 2004 of $6 million. If we turn this downwards and make it only $5 million for sales, or increase it to $8 million for sales, we don't want to have different figures on each book, so we're going to link them together. So here I've set an area aside for the link. I'm going to select the cell because I'm just going to link particular cell's values. We're going to click on a cell here, and if you were actually bringing a range over, you'd need to make certain that whatever size you select matches the range. Select the cell. Now we're going to do something a little different. We're going to press the equal sign on your keyboard, like that. Now we're going to go back to the worksheet that has the material that we want to link. So we're going to go to sheet 1, and we're going to select this sheet. We've selected it. Notice the moving border around it. But rather than just press enter, we're actually going to go up here and click the enter check mark next to the formula bar. Notice what happens. We're going back to the third sheet in this worksheet, and now you see that the figure that appears on sheet 1 has now been linked to sheet 3, and it's linked more dynamically than copying. Here it's been automatically updated, so we don't have to worry about different figures being reflected on different pages. Now let's link 2 workbooks together. For this, you're going to want to open the 2 workbooks you want to link together. Then you're going to go to the workbook where you want to establish the link to the other workbook, and you're going to want to select a cell or range to receive the data. Say, for example, we're going to grab something from a different workbook, such as you see here with Division 3 Sales Team, and we want to take a specific range of data. Maybe we'll choose here. Take that data and link it to another workbook. So here we've got the workbook that contains the material that we want to create a link to, and now we're going to go back to Excel on this page and set up a link. So we're going to link the 2 workbooks together. So we're going to choose an area for that data, such as here. Now we're going to press the equal sign. Now we're going to go back to the other workbook using the workbook window. We're going to select the data that we want to use and link to it, such as this. And now we're going to press the check mark and press enter. We're getting a value error here, but that we can fix. And this is one of the value errors that I talked to you about earlier. You'll see that there's a triangle up here in the corner, the green triangle that we talked about. So for example, it tells you an error in value, and it'll give you help on this error. I actually created the error deliberately so you'd see what happens. Allows you to click the cell that displays the error, click the button that appears, and then click trace error if it appears. so we can go through and change this. But now we've set up a link between the two workbooks. Now to unlink or break the link between worksheets or workbooks, simply click on the cell that holds the link, such as this. Then go to the Copy menu. From the Edit, choose Copy, or go to the toolbar and select Copy. Now we're going to go back to the Edit menu and select Paste Special. And when the Paste Special window opens, click to select values and click OK. We've delinked them from one another.